Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, will cruise ships begin sailing back again on May 11th? Well, some of the cruise lines are already saying nope. So right now, most of the cruise lines, other than Princess Cruise Lines, are closed for 30 days, which means around May 11th, they're all supposed to start up again and begin sailing. Now, with the world basically closed down and every border in the world shut down, you gotta wonder where cruises are gonna sail to, because right now, they can't even get their own ships to port right now that are still out there. In fact, I covered a couple ships lately. Luckily, the Costa Luminosa was allowed to dock in France, and about 600 to 700 passengers will be disembarking and flying direct home on chartered flights from their countries. So that's good news. Those people are off. The Brainard, the Fred Olsen cruise ship, is getting people off in Cuba. Of all places, they were able to get off in Cuba, not, North America or Britain ports or anything like that. Cuba comes to the rescue for them. But there are still, believe it or not, 30 ocean cruise ships still out there with no port to land in. In fact, the Jewel was on its way back to a Trans-Pacific cruise after being refused New Zealand to disembark, and they thought, well, we can disembark in Honolulu, or at least pull up and get provisions and stuff like that. Honolulu originally said yes in Hawaii, and now they're saying no, stay away. So they're going to have to continue on to the mainland in the US. So there's so many places out there, and still so many ships. In case you're wondering, that's 18% of the world fleet is still out there with no place to land. So how in the world do you think cruise ships are going to begin to start up again in like 20 days? It's already the 21st of this month when I'm recording this. So no, I do not feel that the cruise lines will begin sailing on the 11th of May. In fact, MSC Cruise Lines, the first of all the bigger cruise lines, has already come out and said, let's stretch that to May 30th. So they're already saying they're not going to do it till the end of the month, which means they've added another 20 days into their schedule. And there's pretty much no way that Norwegian or Royal Caribbean is not going to follow suit. Where are you going to go? Even Canada-US borders are closed right now. Theaters are closed. People are now staying home from work, and if you can work from home, they are. Bars, everything, gathering places is all closed. And I've heard some really dumb comments out there. Unbelievably naive comments out there. There's a rapper that was pretty famous, and he was on a talk show. Seems like a nice guy and everything, completely clueless to the world. He actually came out and said that minorities don't catch it won't catch virus. Yeah, because infections care. How stupid do you have to be in this world to think that's a thing? I don't understand. I don't understand some of the stupid comments out there that I'm hearing about ways to protect yourself from the coronavirus. There are teas being sold on the internet right now that claim that they are making you immune to the virus. What? What? No, that is not a thing. This is not a thing. And I hope people don't pay any attention to that. And if anyone has to have an idea of how serious this can get, you only have to look at yesterday's totals in Italy, a relatively small country when you compare it to the rest of the world. Well, they had over 650 people pass away in 24 hours because of the virus. So it is not something to make random comments out there about. And for all those people who are, again, I have to stress this, if you're young and chances are you're not going to be infected by this, that's great. But why are you going out into areas and in danger and you're possibly contracting it? You'll be fine, but you may give it to your mother. You may give it to your grandfather. You may give it to your next door neighbor. You may give it to your postman. You may give it to your boss. You may give it to your best friend. You might give it to somebody else because, hey, I can still get around because I'm young. And that is one of the most selfish attitudes that you could possibly have. So if you can, avoid large crowds, avoid going out if you can, cut back for a few weeks. It's not going to kill you. Well, the opposite may be in fact true, correct? So I don't understand some of the things I'm seeing. And unfortunately, as far as cruises are concerned, I really have no faith that they will be back up and running on the 11th of next month. I just don't see it happening. Nothing is slowing down. In fact, things are still escalating day by day. So, I mean, I can't go to the grocery store and buy more than 2 of any item now. Every item in the stores are now limited here in Ottawa to 2. Which means I can't buy 2 things of chicken leg, 3 things of chicken legs. I can only buy 2. I can't buy 3 things of toilet paper anymore. I can only buy 2. So if we are going to that extremes to limit things in our city, there's no way cruise lines are just going to be able to bulk up on all their food supplies and head out. It's not going to happen. And I hate to say that, but can you imagine somebody saying that minorities can't catch the coronavirus? What? I'm quite sure there's a certain basketball player, there's a certain celebrity who just caught it, you know, I mean, come on. Let's not spread stupidity out there. Let's try and listen to the authorities and do our best not to have Italy happen here in North America because of stupidity. That's all I can say. Will cruise lines start up? I don't think so. And I don't think the cruise lines think so neither. And I think within the next few days, you're going to start seeing that 11th date pushed at least till the end of the month, if not farther out like Princess has done. Well, hate to be the bearer of bad news if you're looking forward to a cruise in May, but I don't think it's going to happen. I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.